You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places. But most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there. You may see something.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff with Virginia Paranormal Investigations, and tonight I'm flying solo. There's no one else here with me. Some of our investigators, they decided to go on strike. They said we want less gas and more ghosts, and the problem with that is as long as we keep the grub factor in there, I can't promise less gas. So nonetheless, the night has called to me like a mother calls for her child when the street lights come on and illuminate the streets. And as some are comfortable in front of the glow of their TVs and sitting on their couches and enjoying the comfort of their homes, I find my comfort out there in the night. So I'm venturing off here into the night, in search of the unexplained and unknown. So stay tuned, because you'll have at least a 30-minute dialogue of me and myself, or maybe it's more of a monologue, if that's the right term for it. But we're actually heading out to Stafford here tonight, Stafford, Virginia. And there's a woman out there who moved into a new house, and there's a little baby. It's her granddaughter, I believe. And the baby started staring at some stuff and started reacting to some stuff, and is terrified to sleep in the bedroom. So there's something out there, there's a few more things happening, but something out there that seems to really be affecting this baby. And usually when there's something like that, in this case, it could be multiple things. If you believe in human spirits, it could be the spirit of a human that's there, that's taken interest in the baby, and the baby's reacting scared to however this figure may appear to that baby. But of course, if you don't believe in human spirits, and even if you do, there's always the demon factor, which could be a lot of times something demonic will target the weakest link per se, or even try to get to someone through someone else. So if the demon is trying to get to the grandmother or to the mother, a lot of times they might do that by first tormenting this baby, and that's going to disrupt their sleep, the adult sleep, and start to break them down, worrying to death about this child. So there's always that factor there. So my goal tonight is to go out here and to conduct an investigation and to try to determine, if we can determine, because a lot of times you can't. You can go off of the activity and what that resembles, but a lot of times you can't say for 100% sure that something is a ghost. There's, like I said, there's always that demonic factor, and a lot of times demons will even pose as ghosts to try to cast blame somewhere else, so we don't know the enemy, and then we can't come up with the tools to fight them. But we are going out here. I'm not going to be alone the whole night, so don't, if you haven't already switched or turned off the video, don't turn it off yet. I'm actually going to meet up with some of our investigators up here at the Walmart in Fredericksburg, and we've decided whenever we go up to Stafford or we go through Fredericksburg, there's a place that hands down we hit. There's not even debate about it, not even question. It's called Wings to Go. And Wings to Go is I just have to say, probably, and I'm a connoisseur of wings, I'm a connoisseur of hot sauce, and I think Wings to Go has the best of both. The best wings, perfectly cooked, perfect size, and of course, their sauce is just unique. Like when you smell Wings to Go, when you smell those wings, you know it can only be from Wings to Go. So stay tuned. for perhaps an eventful night. I'm not sure we're going to be able to run footage at the location here, and in case you missed the disclaimer at the beginning, Gas, Grub, and Ghosts, it's not always about the investigation. In fact, it's usually not. It's more so like a travel vlog about our trip to and from, and the things that happen along the way, places to eat, maybe some interesting stops, maybe some of the same old familiar stops. But stay tuned, and at this point, you know as well as I do what the night might bring, and I really have no idea. Could be anything. A lot of times these investigations where there's very few people that turn out for them are the most active. I don't know. We'll have to see. So we put our first G in the title at the Loves, and we're on kind of a time restraint. Didn't really have much time to go in there and look around. Not that there was much time, or not that there was much to look around for, because the second G is in our sights right now, in my sights, and that's the Grub part, which is Wings to Go. So I didn't want to get any snacks or anything like that, kind of mess up my appetite. But speaking of Loves, I learned last night that, and I've heard rumor of this before, but we actually looked it up last night for the first time. There's a new gas station coming to Virginia, and it's a place called Buc-ee's. If you've never heard of it, up until like last year, I've never heard of it. I saw someone wearing like a Buc-ee's shirt, and they told me it was like this super gas station. And apparently, no joke, this thing is a super gas station. If Alexa's right, when I asked her some questions last night, she said that Love's was 7,000 square feet, the average Love's. This place is supposed to be 75,000 square feet, so it's like 10 times the size of Love's. Has a ridiculous amount of gas pumps. I forget how many there were, but it was a lot that they said they have. And like 500 and some parking spots. So this is supposed to be like the Toys R Us of gas stations, of travel stops. And I believe there's one that's going to be located up near where we're going today. I mean, it's not there yet. Unfortunately, we have to wait like 3 years because it's 2027, I think, is when they expected that construction would be finished. But this is just something to note, because I think it's going to be quite a place and quite an addition to some of our trips that go up in that direction. So coming up to the Walmart here, and here's Matt. And to get Matt out here, all I said was he didn't even know there's an investigation. I was like, hey, let's go to Wings to Go. He was all about it.
Hour and a half drive just for some wings.
Yeah, and then they're the best wings you can get, though. And then, well, me and Matt were standing here. Kyle came walking up. Kyle, what are you doing here?
I don't know. What are you guys doing here?
We're going on an investigation. You want to go?
Can I come?
Yeah,
Yes.
Come on. All right, let's do it. We're going to Wings to Go first.
Oh, good. Yeah, I hear they have the best wings.
The best.
I've never been there. So
No.
We actually have been to this Wings to Go.
Quite a few times.
I remember
Yeah.
one. It's probably been like 7 years.
It was before we investigated the Deep Creek Vintage.
Was that when?
Yeah, remember that old place
Oh,
with all the antiques in there? That was a crazy place.
I loved that
Yeah.
place.
But Wings to Go, they actually started in Dover, Delaware.
Okay.
And of course, with everything I say, like Google it to make sure I'm right. But they were started by two guys that were in the Air Force. So they're like local to Delaware. And then they kind of expanded a little bit.
Okay.
But
I didn't know that.
I'm saying, like, once you have the Wings to Go sauce, like, there's nothing else like it.
I'm excited. The
Okay.
only time I've ever been is with you guys.
Yeah.
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 All right.
So let's do it.
All right.
So these are the suicide wings. You can see they're a pretty hearty size, covered in the sauce. It's just kind of glistening, you know. Got the side of celery. Matt, you got some fries over there.
Yeah, Cajun fries.
So you can get seasonings on the fries. And I gotta say, these look pretty interesting.
They're actually some pretty thick tenders.
Yeah, so they have chicken tenders. And what did you get, the garlic parmesan?
I did.
From what I hear, the garlic parmesan is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it smells pretty good.
Yeah.
But they're pretty hefty.
Those look pretty good. What do you got there, man? What kind of flavor is that?
Golden garlic.
Oh, nice.
So I'm
So
a
a lot
sucker
of
for
garlic
it.
here.
I'm so curious about that.
A lot of garlic. Well, at least if there's any like vampires or anything like that
I
tonight.
think we're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not biting you two.
Nope.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a little bite here. And like I said, look at this wing. It's like a good sized wing. You know, they're not like the little wings that you sometimes get. Oh, it's a good one. Talking about pooping. So, Wings to Go is one of those places that it used to be immediate fuel. But like I was telling Matt, I built up the immunity. And then Matt brought up the camping trip, and I was pretty impressed by this. Okay, so I had 8 Taco Supremes
No, you didn't.
the Friday night before, right? Maybe like a couple of them,
like Taco Bell?
yeah, like a couple of them for dinner, and then a couple of them like 4 in the morning.
Okay.
But a total of 8. And then I did have a bathroom stop before I left. But then I got on the road, right? Where do we go for dinner?
Mexican.
Mexican, a place called Peepee's. We went and got some Mexican food, and I got this like steak and jalapeno and bacon mix that you put on the burritos.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. I did not go to the bathroom that whole night.
No.
I did not poop in the woods this time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not behind
All
my
right,
tent.
I'm impressed.
No, not behind Matt's
Like the
tent this
last
time. The last time I was behind Matt's tent.
No.
But
Yeah.
it's, well, in my defense, like the tree was on like the top of a hill
Think
and
you
it
were
kind of went
farther
down.
away?
No,
It-
you couldn't go anywhere. We were literally right on like a
Yeah.
side.
Just said whatever.
and it was pretty violent. Like,
Oh.
I'll tell you about it off camera.
Yeah.
But let's just say, like, I'd get back in the tent, and then the
Have to
rumble
go.
would start in the stomach, and I'd take off running again, and
And sleep.
yeah,
You're gonna sleep.
yeah. It was
It's
just,
not like a sound machine.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
it
not.
was a good thing I brought some spare underwear that night.
Oh.
But speaking of that, how about the Wings to Go, Matt? Your first time having it?
Yes, those were phenomenal. They were hot, crispy, and smothered in butter and garlic. So,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Good, good. Kyle, did it live up to the usual standards?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how good they really are.
yeah,
like,
and
oh.
that
I
those
think
things was hearty.
they were huge.
Yeah.
They were huge chicken strips. And I think I said before we left like 4 times, I have to remember to come back here. I have to remember to come back here.
Absolutely. Like I took a bite of that chicken strip and like, I don't know how to say this, but I couldn't get my mouth around it.
That's why I used a knife and a fork.
We got the caramel apple pie here. Seasonal selects. Halloween stuff out. I have to go for the Colombian here. Medium roast. Venture to say it's piping hot. What'd you find there?
I found some Coca-Cola flavored Oreos.
Have you tried those things yet?
You know, I have actually.
Have you?
I have.
How are they?
They're pretty good. They kind of remind me of like vanilla Coke,
Right.
but like the cookie version.
I like vanilla Coke.
Did you try the drink yet?
They have a drink?
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, and it reminds me of vanilla Coke, but it's
Really?
it's really good.
So it's an Oreo Coca-Cola drink.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check this out, see if we can
I don't
find
know
it
if
here.
they have
So
it.
they do have it. That's what it looks like. It's Oreo, but it's 0. Kyle got my hopes up, and then she's like, "Wait a minute, over here," and then,
sorry.
it's 0. I was like, that's all right.
Next time.
They had a. Did you ever try that Pepsi? They had a Pepsi out, and I think it was like apple pie,
Yeah.
Did you ever try
I
that?
did.
I never found that. I was
was
never able to
disgusting.
find it.
You tried
Disgusting.
that?
Absolutely disgusting.
Really?
You
Yeah.
tried that?
did. You see apple pie flavored soda. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be pretty good. And you remember the hot Pepsi?
No. I'm interested. What's the
The
spice?
Pepsi
taste
Fire. It was Pepsi Fire.
No,
I
I
think is
never
what it
tried
was
that
called.
one.
Yeah.
Well, they got the Coke Spice.
What's the
right
spice
there.
one? What's that?
Coke Spice, huh? I don't know. Is it like spicy Coke?
Have you tried the Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream?
I have not.
It's all right. For
No.
like a you had one and you could say you tried it.
Right, and then you don't get it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have stuff like that
Yeah,
before.
mhm, yeah.
So we're post-investigation, stopped here, got some coffee. Matt, what'd you get over there?
I got a Coke Icy.
Coke Icy, how's that?
Icy.
I don't know how you're not freezing.
Yeah, it was kind of hot during the investigation.
It was kind of warm.
Yeah, there was a weird moment though where you had got a little cold
Yeah,
there.
I got pretty cold. Big cold chills.
Yeah, but how about a little debrief from that investigation? We got there, because they were having some problems in the room where the baby slept. Moved the baby out of that room, stopped having some problems.
Yeah, and the owner, I guess, did some blessings of the rooms and stuff like that. And I think she stated that since she did that, she kind of realized that the activity was dying down a little bit. And I think relatively the night was pretty quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing on the spirit box.
No.
We did a couple of EVP sessions, didn't get anything.
I feel like this is one of those. It was just passing through, and it was stopping
Yeah.
by for a little bit.
Yeah.
And she even said, like, this it could be one of our family members. She had said.
I think
committed suicide.
Yeah, I think when we were talking about it, you kind of could see her making the connections
Yeah.
too, like out
Yeah.
loud. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Because we had said, like, a lot of times too, it could be a family member, and that's what she said a couple months ago. We had a family member who had committed
Passed away.
suicide, passed away, and that's when you could kind of see her, like, be like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I mean, great house. The family they were wonderful. So I thank them for having us. But it was a relatively really quiet night. What'd you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I thought so too, and it's good to have that because when we left, they had peace of mind because we go into a lot of places, and when you go into a place and there's something dark there, you kind of, not that I'm sensitive by any means, but you just kind of, something feels off.
Oh, you feel it right away.
Yeah, and in this house, it just felt comfortable. So with us saying that, kind of gave her even more peace of mind, which was good.
Yeah.
Did a little blessing of the room where they were having the activity before we left. But yeah.
We told them to keep in touch if anything happens in the future.
Right. And there's been a lot of cases with passing spirits, especially, and I was talking to a lady down in Norfolk, in Chesapeake, maybe it was Chesapeake area, but both Norfolk and Chesapeake, it seems like we've had a lot of cases where there's spirits that will pass through.
Really?
Like people
Recently,
won't see
you
the
think?
same spirits twice. No, just over the years.
Okay, all right.
Like there's been a lot of cases down there where people wouldn't see the same spirit twice. They'd see multiple spirits, but they'd only see them one time. And it was like the same
Like a
thing. They were just
vortex?
kind of passing through. Yeah.
Type
Maybe.
situation,
Or
maybe,
sometimes
or-
you get the case where maybe the person can see them.
Yeah.
So they're drawn to that person, like
Yeah.
we've talked about before. Like if you're in a crowd of people and no one can see you, no one's paying attention to you, and then you find someone that can see you, you go
Yeah.
towards that person.
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe with this case, the baby saw this in the garage,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Kind of acknowledged it, was waving at it, and then it thought, oh, there's someone that can see me.
Yeah. And I
So-
kind of invited it in, so to say, I think.
Yeah, it stuck around, and there was a pretty cool video about with the door opening
Yeah.
on the little playhouse that they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're glad that it was quiet. So
It's just one of those kind of things where the dollhouse door was opening, and that just seemed like it was a, hey, I'm just doing this to let you know I'm here.
But I mean, it was a great video.
Yeah,
It's a good video.
Yeah, and and a 2-year-old's not going to understand that. Oh, they're just doing this. So naturally, a 2-year-old's going to freak out when something like that happens. But no, nothing at all felt malicious, dangerous. I didn't really even feel anything at all.
Yeah.
right. And Kyle, you got the question, which was a pretty good one. How do, like the lady asked, she said, how do they move stuff?
Oh, energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we would try to describe it as just like, like static energy, and every energy has like a certain amount or force to it, and it just changes the frequency of whatever that they can move or manipulate at the time.
Right.
I said it a lot better in the house, but
It's like the harder you shuffle your feet, the more zap you'll give.
yeah.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to get back on the road here, and we got a bunch more cases on the board here, so
Until next time.
got a lot of stuff coming up. It's just past 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm heading down 64 East here. We started the investigation probably about 9:30, and it took a couple hours before we wrapped it up. We wanted to be as thorough as we could, try a few different things, and do what we could to make sure we could put these people's minds at ease and help them out if they did have something there in their house. But at this point in the night, I don't think I have any more stops on the way back here. Just basically heading home. Tomorrow night, be back out again. Won't be a video of it, but there's this cool thing that we do in Yorktown every once in a while. So if you're ever in the area of Hampton Roads, make sure you come on a Yorktown Ghost Walk. Visit yorktownghostwalks.com, and I actually run those tours, and one of our people will be down there giving the tours, maybe me, depending on what night it is. But we also do a thing called the Ghost Hunter Experience, which is pretty cool because our regular tours focus on the history and the ghost stories, but the Ghost Hunter Experience, we actually talk about methods of ghost hunting. We talk about the haunted places down there, and we take equipment with us. And this is really cool, especially this time of year, because we are right up on the anniversary of the siege. October 19th is when the surrender occurred, October 19th, 1781. And we found that around this time of year, the activity in Yorktown is a little more significant. More things seem to happen. They start to happen towards the fall. Is it because of Halloween? Is it because of this time of year the veil is supposedly thin between the living and the dead, between these realms? Or is it because it's the anniversary of such a significant event? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But for whatever reason, it's significantly more active around this time. But we do this thing called the Ghost Hunter Experience. We take equipment down there. We take out REM pods and spirit boxes and give people K2 meters and such to use and talk about how they work. And we stop at some key locations in Yorktown to actually try to answer the question, is the town haunted? Are there answers from beyond the veil? So I'm going to be out doing that tomorrow night. And we've got a lot of events coming up. So make sure, if you're not subscribed to us on Facebook, we post stuff on Facebook, our Facebook page, and Instagram. Instagram is at Virginia Paranormal. But we put the stuff that's coming up on there. And we have some library talks. I know by the time this video is posted, the one we're doing Tuesday in Norfolk will probably be past. But we do have one at the Pocosin Library that's coming up. I think we have another one at the Newport News Library at some point. So we'll be at some various libraries in the Hampton Roads area talking about ghost hunting and haunted places. So that should be a cool thing to check out. And usually a lot of people come out, and it's really fun meeting everyone and answering questions and getting to talk to people firsthand. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of cases that have come in on our line over the past week, and we're going to get a hold of some of those people and see if we get some more investigations set up. We definitely will get some more set up, and we'll be back on the road for those. So make sure you stay tuned. We're also in the works of bringing back the Paranormal Pub Table, which is our podcast that we had out. The Paranormal Pub Table has been around for a long time. We started as just kind of a video where we'd sit there and just chat, talk about the paranormal at a pub table. And we got a little more advanced with it last time when we brought it back and did the podcast and such. And we're looking at doing that again. So we'll keep you updated on that. That'll be right here on our YouTube channel. So we got that coming up. And there was something else that I think I'm forgetting. But I don't know. I want to thank everybody for watching, for coming along on our trip tonight, and many more adventures to come. Remember, everybody, there is much more to see in the dark.